Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 days of hundreds of games, it all comes down to one best of 7 between the two players who can be only described as dominating everyone they played against. It is time for Leenock versus Light.
Yes, it is. The finals is about to begin. It will be a best of 7 between these two players.
And up on the main stage, we're going to go ahead and throw it to Clutch to introduce our players.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Dallas, Texas, where the best of the best came to compete. Over 200 players, and now only 2 remain. And only one will be crowned the fall champion. So to everyone watching around the world, be they at bar crafts in Berkeley, in Boston, in Chicago, or around the world, and everyone here in Dallas, Texas, are you ready? Our first player is the recent GSL champion and also a Royal Roader. He is from Team Startail Life! Life, impressive, phenomenal, words to describe your play style in the GSL, and now here at the MLG. How does it feel to make it to the finals? And what does it mean to you to be a potential MLG champion?
결승전에 올라가서 현재 기분이 어떤 건지 궁금하고요. 두 번째로는 우승할 수 있을 만한 지금 포텐셜을 가지고 있나요?
결승 4강에서 솔직히 이영훈 선수가 너무 잘해서 질 줄 알았는데 상대 플레이를 잘 맞춰가서 운 좋게 이겼던 것 같고 컨디션은 좋은 것 같아요.
Flash was really good, so I didn't know I could make it to the final, but I countered Flash's style, so I was very lucky to win. But right now my condition is on a full effect.
You did have some very impressive play style and comeback against Flash, but it's time to introduce your opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a 2-time MLG champion from South Korea, member of Team FXO, the Leenock, Leenock! Leenock, you are a veteran of this main stage now. You are a veteran of the MLG finals, but no one in StarCraft 2 has ever earned a 3rd championship. What would it mean for you to be a 3rd-time MLG champion?
동영 선수는 이제 결승전에 많이 익숙해졌고 베테랑인데 한 번도 MLG 역사상 3번 우승을 한 선수는 없어요. 만약에 이동현 선수가 우승을 한다면 본인에게는 어떠한 의미가 될 것 같아요?
이번에 우승하면 3번 우승이고 또 2연속 우승인데 두 개의 의미를 다 가질 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다.
If I win this time, then that's gonna be 3-time MLG champion, and also that's 2 titles in a row. So I'll try to do my best actually to win.
And finally, gentlemen, do you have any words for each other, starting with you, Life? Do you have any words for your opponent, Leenock?
이승현 선수가 이동현 선수한테 한마디.
누구 선수요? 할 말은 딱히 없는데 제가 이번에 우승할게요.
I don't have anything really to say, but I'm gonna win.
웬만하면 뭐 그럴 수도 있겠지만 이번에 좋은 기록 세우기 위해서 형이 이번엔 이길게.
Well, I understand that you want to win, but I need to actually change the record. So this time, I got to take this win.
Gentlemen, we wish you the best of luck. If you'll please shake hands. To your booths. Good luck. Have fun. This is esports.
Hell yeah, Clutch. Hell yeah. Welcome back to the main desk. It's time for us to talk about the upcoming Zerg vs. Zerg match. Game 1 going to be on Daybreak, a map that traditionally has a lot of stagnant early game play, but also a lot of fast 3-base play.
Yeah, this is going to be a great map to start us off here. Life, during his uprise within the GSL, most notably in the GSTL, was a Zerg vs. Zerg sniper. If there was ever an opponent that was dominating on the other side, then he came out and he won. He had a massive 80% win record in this matchup, but Leenock has always been good in Zerg vs. Zerg. Leenock is a true Zerg, wins every matchup convincingly.
The one thing I'm excited to see is the small Zergling control of Life in this series. We saw him do wonders against Flash, but in the early Zerg vs. Zerg game, splitting off into small groups of 3 or 4 at the start tends to be Life's specialty, the way he's able to pick apart in those early defenses. I just got the good luck from Leenock and from Life, so it looks like they're ready. Are you ready?
Everybody's ready here at MLG, live in Dallas, Texas. The game has begun, and unlike any other matchup, this is going to be very volatile. Any mistakes get punished more than anything I've ever seen. They have to be on form here, Day 9, to win an MLG trophy. Will we have a 3-times champion or a new one here today?
These players love creative styles. Let's see what they're going to bring to the table today. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, he was down 0-2 in the semifinal, but pulled back a miracle 4-2 win to make it here today. It is Star Tails Life!
And this young fellow in the top right here, I know a lot of you guys like him. It is FXO's Leenock. Life is 16 years old. Leenock is 18 years old, Day 9.
Oh, I thought Life was 15.
He's 16.
Wow.
And Leenock is 18. They're very young.
I mean, you know, I bring that up because it's still crazy to me to think that a player like Flash was able to begin his dominance at age 15. Life, I sincerely hope, continues in that form of legacy. I mean, I still remember something you were talking about earlier today, that Life just used to be one of those Zergs on Xenex-like line who performed adequately well but was never mind-blowing. But it's when he joined StarTale that Life began to really just erupt into the forefront of everyone's mind. And here we see Life opening with an 11 pool. He's going to try to shut down an early hatch play from Leenock.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's coming out here. Daybreak is a very large map. Hatchery first is the standard on Daybreak, and when somebody goes 11 pool, that's exactly what they're aiming to do. And well, he may have quite a success here. Let's see how far Leenock is going to drone up. He's currently on 15. Will he add on a 16th? Will he go extractor first? Yes, he adds on a 16th drone here. Is he going to go extractor?
That's going to be so huge. If he plants down that extractor, it's a very greedy play. It's a sign that he wants to be aggressive. And Leenock's planting down the extractor in the main base. Leenock clearly saying, I want to be going for a very fast Zergling speed. And Leenock now starts the spawning pool. This is going to be a terrible situation in the main base. Leenock just now starting the spawning pool, whereas Life is almost done with his Zerglings.
And then what the follow-up is going to be from Life is he takes gas, he drones up a little bit more now, gets into the gas, gets speed, and then follows up with a big power punch as well after. So, well, this is going to be a little bit difficult here for Leenock, who's opened up with the greediest build. It was 16 gas and then another drone, then 16 spawning pool, and he has not got it out. He's going to have to cancel or at least potentially lose this natural hatchery, sorry, and he is going to be losing drones, that's for sure.
Will he cancel? Will he let it finish? Should Life go up into the main base or attack the hatch? Only just now is the spawning pool finishing, and it looks like Life is going to go into the main base. He wants to disrupt the mining. 2 Queen started from Leenock, a very, very bold play. Not enough units. Ooh, Leenock. Leenock found a small little nook to hide all of his drones in.
So far, no drones have gone down, and the Lings are about to pop. Leenock pops out 4 Lings. Not over yet, but he didn't lose a single drone there, making this relatively easily. And 6 Lings are out now, so it's 6 on 6. It's going to be a bit of a micro war here, and then the Queen pops out, and then obviously it's in favor of Leenock. And Life's going to go for a drone kill. Nope. See you later.
Oh my God. In the units lost tab, 0 workers lost for Leenock.
Well, I thought he'd at least get a couple of drones here, but nothing has gone down. And Leenock says, well, I'm going to keep my hatchery. I'm going to get 2 queens out. I'm going to get speed out just a little bit later than you're getting. And, well, that was pretty sweet.
I mean, in fact, in the units lost tab, nothing actually happened. I mean, it's basically like WWF wrestling. No one actually got hurt and all that.
Yes.
But the real danger, though, is this swell of 12 Zerglings. It's like you were saying, the power punch follow-up, the fast Zergling speed, Diapollo. Life is going to be able to do a lot more pressure to Leenock in just a moment.
And the Baneling Nest has come down for Leenock. Not so much, on the other hand, for Life. And Life is building the follow-up to this build, which is a lot of Lings and then jolt out across the map with speed. But, well, the timing is going to be really, really close here. Spinecrawl is going to finish, double Queens on the ramp, and he will have enough to transfuse as well if he doesn't hit a Lava Inject. And he knows that the Lings are coming, so he's not going to hit a Lava Inject. And I think Leenock's going to be fine here. With the Baneling Nest not quite done, it doesn't matter.
10 seconds left on the Baneling Nest. Plenty of Lings, Queens there, Life. First blood goes to Leenock. Zergling's trying to sweep around, trying to find if they can gobble up a drone. They do get 1.
And that's it. Banelings are going to morph, and this is over. And Leenock continues to play at a high level here. He has lost the ramp, but it doesn't matter as these Banelings will morph, and Leenock pushes his opponent back, even surrounding a couple of Lings there, but equal trades off. Leenock has to push back here, but with the Banelings coming in, he will be able to win that, and Life, of course, has to run off. And so far, when you look at the units tab, 27 drones for Life compared to 24. That's pretty good.
Layer now incoming for Leenock. Excellent play there from Leenock, getting up just the right defense at the last second. And Leenock now going to take the initiative and start teching up. Life now kind of forced to get a defensive Baneling Nest of his own as he lost that Zergling lead. I mean, everything going in extreme favor of Leenock in this opening match.
Spinecrawler coming down for Life, who has to hold on. He attacks these units. Oh, good detonation there by 1 Ling on the Baneling, and he's got to be careful not to hit.
God, Life really getting dicey there.
Oh, he's trapped.
Oh, he's trapped in the corner, and he ends up losing a lot of those Zerglings. Some phenomenal control, but now Leenock is getting the big key he wants right now, which is the Scout. He's going to get in there, see Lair just started, and think, I can out-Mutalisk your Mutalisks.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's going to do here with all 4 gases taken. He knows his opponent's gases are relatively late here, and that's the advantage that Leenock has put into this game through defending early on. He says, well, I'm going to go for a fast Lair, and there's nothing you can do to actually stop it with the gas has been taken on the natural. We are going to see that Spire come down. There it is on the natural. And things looking pretty good here for Leenock.
Yeah, I mean, Life is doing the response that you would traditionally do if you're thinking, I'm behind on tech. He's going to get the Roach Warren, the Evolution Chamber add-on, and begin teching towards the Roach Infestor mixture. It forces you to be defensive, and the other important tool is that you have to pull back all those Overlords so you don't lose too many to the Mutalisks. And it looks like, yeah, look at Life. All those Mutalisks making the great migration back home, narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Couple of creep tumors do get picked off there on the front. And a third base will be taken. A lot of Lings are being made now by Leenock. He is at 46 drones. That's enough. That's enough as he needs. He doesn't need any more than that. And a couple of Banelings are being morphed here, and they are going to try and sneak into the drone line. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. Infestation Pit is coming down by Life, as expected.
Life is still in pretty considerable bind. There's no real clear path to take the third base. But we have seen Life do this cute little technique where he goes Hydra and Infestation Pit. Oh, Zergling's darting into Life's natural expansion. Oh, God, Leenock with an excellent play. Getting, again, a nice little pickup of drones. Not huge. 6 are eliminated, but already look at the food differential there.
And the problem here for Life is that he doesn't have a third base, and Leenock, if Life attempts to do it, he's going to pull that down. We do have units on the natural here. A bit of an engagement going down. We do see Lings bounce off each other, but again, Leenock dealing damage to Life. 6 drones have been killed. The mutas are on the way. this third base of Leenock will go uncontested. He will get the gases on there immediately and will start to use his millers to control the game, do damage, prevent the third base going down, and then he'll just resort back to normal play. The Roach one coming down, the Infestation Pit coming down as well, and we'll see most likely double Evolution Chambers because of the fact he's able to go 6 gases as well really early on.
Expansion plops right down for life. That's going to be an easy pickoff for Leenock. It is also going to provide a little bit of delay back home. Life is buying himself a precious extra 15 seconds to get any sort of extra units up. Meanwhile, at the third base, it looks like Leenock has both those guys established easily. Yeah,
Leenock kills that third base, and now Life is stuck on 2 bases for the time being, and the Infestation Pit is down for Leenock. He can start to research pathogenic glands. There he does. And he already has this third base way, way ahead of his opponent. So unfortunately here for Life, he's playing quite considerably behind in this game because of that lack of third base. The economy, the income's going to be so much stronger here, and Life's going to do something about it. He's going to send out a handful of links, but don't really see this doing too much here. The Mules are there, Queen as well.
We also are seeing this giant troop of 4 Queens head up to defend that third hatch. Leenock actually doing a very Flash-like technique, leaving the Mutalisk back home to defend. A very atypical move, but still something that makes sense when you're up against a player who is as aggressive as Life. And look at that great wall off by Leenock at the natural. All those buildings there to protect. Not even really any considerable kills can occur here. Maybe 2 or 3 drones. Is he even going to get the Queen? No, it doesn't quite look like it.
7 kills do go down. It's not bad. 11 drones have to be remade by Leenock, who's still at a massive advantage in this game. The one advantage that Life has is that he does have a lot more infestors out earlier on, therefore has more energy and has a faster +2 attack on the way. So overall in the fight, he'll have better quality units, but he might not have the numbers. And especially with the Hydroden coming down, that'll increase the quality of his army. But Leenock has a Changeling inside the main base of Life and is actually going to spot the Hydroden. So he'll want to throw down his own Hydroden very shortly, but Leenock's taking a 4th base.
Uh-oh, looks like all the Mules are going to get gobbled up. Ordinarily, this is terrible news, but Leenock has done the damage he needs to with these Mutalisks. He's forced the delayed third. Leenock's gotten the ability to start his upgrades earlier. Leenock is just Leenock has behind upgrades. I misread, but he does have the earlier upgrades, or the earlier gas from the early third base.
One thing I'm noticing from Leenock, he has not added down the Hydroden, which, as you see the Hydroden, you're meant to throw that down. But what he's saying in this game now is that, well, I already have the bigger army count, I have the better income, I'm just going to overwhelm him. He can have a better quality army, but what does it matter when it's outnumbered 2-1? So that's what he's aiming for here, just trying to max out ASAP, 3 more Overlords on the way, 12 more Roaches. Leenock's going to finish this game very shortly. Burrowed Infestors are going to make their way into the natural here. Ooh. And there is an Overseer, but it may not actually come in time.
Oh, it needs 5 more seconds, and no, Leenock manages to get all the way into the main base. This is going to be a devastating loss for Life, and see you later, drones in main, heading up to the top right, natural under duress as well.
And on the third base at the same time, we see Roaches coming in, and already Life is saying he's going to fungal that very easily.
If he pays attention, if he pays attention, and Life again loses a huge number of infestors. The infested Terrans, GG.
Well, that one was a swift victory there for Leenock. He picks that game up quite nicely, and to be honest, it all had to do with that early advantage he gained, which he never dropped the ball. He carried that advantage through and picks up the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those unfortunate game number 1s where in a best of 7, it's a great starting move to do something a little aggressive, to do something that's a little in your face, can make a player nervous. That early 10 pool, 11 pool from Life, spot on in terms of overall decision making. Even if it loses, you have your opponent on the back foot. But that is the only way that it can really feel terrible for Life, where you didn't do anything, and then you played a really long game, and it was one simple attack that just destroyed you. Next map's going to be Ohana. Life has to just play a more standard long-term game.
That's right, but on Ohana it is pretty small. 2 base attacks are very popular here. We'll have to find out how that's going to unravel as we go to a quick commercial break, and when we return, so does this series.
utter domination by Leenock in Game 1. He currently leads the series 1-0. Nothing Life could do to break that defense that Leenock had set up.
That's right, and we're loading into map number 2, Ohana, a smaller 2-player map. Of course, Daybreak a 2-player map, but a big one. This one's a small one. And maybe that can play into the factors into this game.
So, game has begun. The early Roach snapbacks, huge factor in this match, but Mutalisk does tend to be the popular play. In the top left corner, currently leading the series 1-0, has blown everyone's mind with the strategies he's willing to execute. Hopefully does some kooky ones in this final best of 7. From Team FXO, it is Leenock.
Could potentially see a 3-time champion here today. One man is in his way, and that is, down here in the bottom right, Star Tails Life. Who, by the looks of it, is going for a 10 pull here.
It looks like he decided that he didn't pull quite early enough in the last game. And as you stated, this is not a big map. This is a small 2-player map. So those early rushes could do considerable damage. I mean, if you look at the position that Life found himself in last game, he gets to Leenock base and the hatch is done and the pool is just finished, so he thinks, I'll delay mining, I'll kill off some drones. In this circumstance, Life can just straight up kill off the hatch, and it looks like Leenock might be setting himself up to do exactly that. Is the drone going? Oh, the Apollo. It's hard to micro a building.
It's, that's one thing. It's also a little bit more difficult to hold on to this kind of attack on this map. It is possible, though. The drone drill is very strong to buy time before the spawning pool comes out. But the problem is for Leenock is that really, is Life going to go early pool again after such a failure in Game 1? No. So I expect Extractor then spawning pool again here by Leenock.
Oh, that's...
It's like a double buff, so...
You know, on Daybreak, it's kind of a reasonable play. You can see how stable it is, but there, this is actually a straight risk, an attempted metagame read by Leenock. I am 100% convinced you aren't going to early pool, and oh rats, there's the early pool. Now, Life can make the more conservative decision and try to kill off the hatchery, make certain that he bashes his opponent back, but he will absolutely have to consider this snapback from Leenock with the much faster speed.
Pool's only at 50% as the Zerglings make their way to the natural, and this time he is going to focus down on the hatchery compared to the attempt at drones like we saw previously, and this will fall. He's going to have to be cancelled. There's no way he can let it survive. There's no way he can keep it alive here, and it would just be a waste of money. And he's going to wait to the very last moment, and he's going to keep it alive, so we will actually lose this hatchery.
This leaves me befuddled, Apollo. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have cancelled it and then just drone drilled and waited a little bit longer, because the only thing it's doing there is buying time, and, well, it looks like one Zergling's going to come down and finish his job, and that hatchery goes down relatively easily.
Smart timing right there. And, oh my God, surrounding the Lings right as they pop out. Life, the king of Lings, knowing exactly when and how to control. Continuing to get the nice concaves, but still too many links from Leenock. Looks like he actually did just want, what, the extra 2 larvae from that hatchery?
And what we're going to see now is a surround. 1, 2, 3, nicely done. And the expansion will follow, but the problem is, in this game here for Life, he doesn't have speed. And there's going to be quite a dangerous attack coming soon, because speed is already on its way. Life's going to have to play the defensive game. He's going to have to build a spine crawl. There comes the Bailey Nest from Leenock, and he's going to attempt this. He's going to go for it. And this could end really fast here, as he will drone a bit more. Doesn't quite need to start link production yet, as speed is only about 40-50% on the way. And as the speed becomes 60-70% is when we'll see Leenock start to drone up. I mean, start to ling up. And, well...
Oh, this is going to be a little dicey for Life. He has just these 2 queens. Life is going to get the swell of larva and does have the drone lead to be able to support them, getting the backup Baneling Nest, but this is going to be still a thin defense. And actually, Leenock's in a tough spot. Do you try to blast in and expend your 1 hatch worth of larva for the kill, or do you just focus on droning and defense? And it looks like droning and defense is the call of Leenock, who amazingly, after not canceling a hatch, losing it for essentially nothing,
yeah,
totally toe-to-toe with Life.
He's not going to invest too much in it. He's just going to use the lings he's got while droning behind, see if he can do a bit of damage. Life's going to go try and scout, realizing that this is most likely going to happen, which is why he's got a Spine Coil and a Baneling Nest on the way. 2 Banelings and a handful of lings won't really achieve too much. Let's see what Leenock can do behind this. He's droning and setting up his own defenses. And, well, doesn't really do anything.
Good control by Life, making sure that he picks away at those Banelings. Queen stepping forward, Life being very, very cautious not to have his Lings lead the charge against the Banelings. They will work their way all the way around and not really do that much damage.
1 drone goes down. Did kill a few Lings. A lot of Lings are going across the map here for Life. 12 Lings are on the way for Leenock, so he should be fine. Another drone goes down, and another one in the main base. But is Leenock going to be okay? He should be okay. They should just pop out just in the nick of time.
Life doing a great job trying to surround those Lings as they arrive. It looks like Leenock does not get a cancel, and suddenly the amount of drones that we're going to be seeing Leenock lose is considerable. Life with a great snapback attack.
Yep, 5 drones compared to 3. Life in the lead in the drone kills and may get some more in the main base here. Whoa, no, it doesn't actually go down, and Leenock does push it back. He's going back in for the kill. Oh, there it is. Nice little snag down there by Life, and gets another one as well. Nice little pick off. Meanwhile, they're both droning, so this game will simmer down a little bit. There are a couple of Banelings outside the natural for Leenock, or outside of Leenock's base here for Life.
And look at that, 34 drones to the once upon a time 24 drones. God, almost a 10 drone lead right now, 38 to 32. More drones. Oh, a big explosion of green. We know lives were lost. The tally is hard to count. Queen falls. I mean, Life is doing a great job with these little tiny picks.
That's right. Leenock has lost a few more in resources than his opponent. And it looks like we have the faster layer coming down for Leenock compared to a Roach 1 and Evolution Chamber down first for Life. So Life taking the initiative with the 3rd base going down and will once again be playing the Infestation Pit style. This time, he's not at quite a considerable disadvantage as we saw previously. Leenock has a couple of units out, but Roaches and Lings are out too, or just on the way. So this shouldn't really do anything here on the natural, as there is a Queen, there is a Spine, but he's just going to have a look, see if he can do something.
Baneling manages to connect with the drones in the natural expansion. Life has his main Queen surrounded, and it will end up falling down. Unclear whether it was an appropriately good trade or not. At this point in time, Leenock is pinned to go for Mutalisk Tech, and there it does begin. But the layer is really not very far behind for Life. We see the +1 missile attacks already down. The Roach Warren production has started. There's not that much pressure that you can really apply as Leenock, and we're seeing him build Spine Crawlers.
He's misreading this game. He thinks that 3rd hatchery isn't there, and he immediately cancels the Spines. So that clarification on the 3rd base softens the blow a little bit. That would have been quite nasty if he had additional Spines. But yeah, Spire play coming down by Leenock, but there's going to be an Infestation Pit in a minute. And I don't think that Leenock's in the best of shape here. 20 supply behind, and with a faster 3rd base for Life, that means that he's going to be able to build a lot of Infestors and then even go over to Hydras too. And Leenock has to do something here to stop that 3rd base, otherwise things are going to get hard.
Incredible to see how far ahead Life can get just with these small, simple Zergling exchanges, and also how different our 2 players have been playing in this series. Roaches continue to be constructed, no halt to start adding on more drones. Life is chilling at 51. And soon enough, he's going to have those Infestors out. And there's a 3rd hatchery planted right now for Leenock. What are the Roaches going to do in response?
Well, they're going to move out, by the looks of it. A handful of them and a couple of Banelings. That's a bit of a disaster combination there for Leenock, who's only on Lings. Uh-oh. Well, I have a bit of a feeling that 3rd hatchery is going to go down as the Mutalists are trying to come out, but don't think it's going to be there in time. And this 3rd hatchery goes down. That just extends the lead that Life's created for himself.
Oh, no! Life crashes his Banelings into a building hatchery. That is the anti-play indeed. And we see that the Lings still dodging the Baneling by running in and out.
Oh no, the Mutalists arrived just in time, and is he going to lose his hatchery? He can't lose his hatchery. This is going to be really difficult to play from that. But
more Roaches stepping into the fray, and because they have the +1 attack, they can kill them
off.
He's going for it. It's down to 320, 240. Oh, it's at 170, it's 144 Life, and at 94 it stays alive.
That's good news for Leenock there, that's for sure, but the Infestors are on their way out, so these Mutalists that have been created, 8, aren't going to do really anything in this game. Maybe a couple of Overlord pickups in the center of the map, but right now we have the Hydra Den coming down as well.
Uh-oh, Leenock, he doesn't see these Zerglings. He's going to be busy with his Mutalisk. In his point of view, we see that the hatch, he's trying to do everything he can to surround and protect it, and oh no! It ends up falling, but instantly rebuilding, and those Mutalisks, as you can see, he's zipping around every which way trying to cover the map, but still life with the Zerglings is picking off everything.
Yeah, and Leenock racing around with these Mutalisks, as we can see, as we go back to regular view now. And the Infestors are out, and these Mutalisks have done nothing in this game. Hydralisks are on the way, and this game is just getting worse and worse here for Leenock, who's double expanding, taking a risk. Hydras are going to start to grace the field with Infestors, with +2. The army will easily beat down Leenox here. And unfortunately, that is the way that this story's happening, as Life has a demanding, commanding lead in this game, and it's only going to get worse here for Leenock. And if these Mutalisks go down for nothing, they get fungled, they get hit by Queens and Hydras, then he has nothing to protect his third and fourth, which he's riskily taken.
Mutalisk heading down to the third, the Queen there happily ready to greet, but Leenock with that traditionally good control, continuing to be really aggressive, picking off as many drones as he possibly can. He is at a severe drone deficit, and we already see the Queens and Roaches from Life making their way across off Crete. Very unusual, and there is the fungal to end all fungals. See you later, Mutalisks.
Yep, and is that Infestor going to die? It needs to stay alive. Oh, it is going to fall down there. Life takes it. 50 supply advantage with +2 attack almost on the way. Ling's going down on the third base as well. And this is just getting very, very difficult here. And in a mirror matchup, when an opponent takes an advantage, it is very, very difficult to come from behind, as the march of the swarm, the blue swarm, makes its way across the map to prevent this third base from even being used.
Life is always willing to be so aggressive with all his units, even though it's just a small smattering of Hydras. Life is just calmly charging in, locking those Infestors up on the hill, and now the third base is wide open.
And nothing but units should be made for Life, who's looking to take this series to 1-1. With the Infesting turns coming down. GG.
Wow. We saw literally the same thing, but one from each side in the first two games. Game 1, domination by Leenock. Game 2, domination by Life.
So what happens in Game 3?
It cancels out and we have a draw, Apollo.
Everybody's a winner here at MLG.
Well, the honest truth is that those were some of the smaller, more scripted maps, I would say, where if you are playing as Life, you do the early pool, kill off the early expand from Leenock, and play it out in the usual fashion. But as we're heading on to game number 3, it is the map that produces the most psycho ZVZs ever, Metropolis.
That is right. It's a very large map, and we will get into that as soon as we return from this quick break.
Last time we saw a Zerg versus Zerg on Metropolis, it was an epic, extremely long match. Well, we got to see Nidus Network play. We got to see Ling Ultralisk. Will Leenock or Life end up pulling it out in this match? Pretty excited. The first two games, fairly strong.